Hello and welcome or welcome back to the Knitting Page channel. If you're new here, my name's Paige and I'm the face behind the Knitting Page. Mr. Running and I are going to head to the local park close to where we live in Halifax called the Halifax Commons. We're going to set up our wonderful camp chairs. I'm going to do a little knitting and I'm also going to give you my 10 projects I would knit if I had all the time in the world to knit this upcoming fall. Mr. Running, why are we going to the park instead of sitting inside?
Because it's lovely out.
It is a super lovely day. And so we figured that we would go to the park. I also had on my to-do list that I also wanted to film today, so we're going to make the best of both worlds and go and film. So we are going to the park because it is a very lovely fall day, as you can see. The the sun is shining, the grass is still green, the sky is blue, and it's actually 22 degrees today. But it is October 4th, and so Mr. Running and I want to make the most of our time and go and sit in the park. So, also a little hot take, but this place here behind me is Dee Dee's Ice Cream, and it is the best place to have ice cream in all of Halifax. They make their flavors in house, their waffle cones are homemade. Today they have my favorite coconut. I love coconut so much. And Mr. Running and they also have Mr. Running's favorite flavor today too, which is coffee, and a second favorite, mint chocolate chip. But this is by no means sponsored. I'm just a huge fan of Dee Dee's, and if you're ever in the Halifax area, go check it out and get some lovely, lovely ice cream. But they also have burritos and coffee, which I've never tried. Alrighty, so we are at the Commons, and the Commons is one of my favorite places in Halifax. It's just this open green space, but literally, anytime you come here, there's dogs, people, kids, bikes. The Emera Oval is right behind us, and I take my children, and when I say my children, I mean my students, skating there in the winter as a fun class trip. But Mr. Running and I are going to set up our chairs on this mound, as you can see, that's totally empty so that I don't face public embarrassment. So the first pattern I would want to knit if I had all the time in the world is the Luna skirt by Heather Jackson. Heather Jackson, by the way, is a pro triathlete that I very much admire, and I don't think this is the same Heather Jackson, but if it is, go Heather. I know it's not. But the Luna skirt is this super cute, low-rise, pleated ruffle skirt that I feel like is very trendy, which is why I have like some hesitation to cast it on, which is why it's in this video of if I had all the time in the world, I would love to knit this skirt because I feel like it gives me a hand knit version of a very trendy piece. It is knit on 3.25 millimeter needles using fingering weight yarn, and the yarn recommended is Knitting for Olive Pure Silk, Knitting for Olive Merino, and Knitting for Olive Soft Silk Mohair. It has this like super cute little mohair ruffle on the edge of the skirt. It's got a couple little stripes, it's got like ribbing to add some pleats. It's very cute. There's like a lot of little details in this that I think makes it super charming. I feel like it's very 90s-esque. It's very on trend right now, and I honestly don't think it would like age well with time. If I were to knit it, I would definitely make it a little bit longer than like the little micro skirts that are like on trend right now. The skirt is super cute, and I do really like the like gray color and the navy stripes that she has in it. I think it's very classic, very what's the word? Anyways, you know what I'm trying to think of. If you can remember the word I'm trying to think of, please comment down below because I cannot think of it. Very preppy, that's the word. It's very preppy. And I really do think it's adorable with like some high boots. It'd be such a cute fall and winter outfit, some tights on in the winter, big oversized sweater. I think it would be absolutely adorable. But do I want to knit a fingering weight skirt? Yes. Is it this skirt? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. The second piece I'd want to knit by all the time this fall is the Hailey sweater by Irene. This is an all-over lace sweater. It's knit at a 4 millimeter needle with worsted weight yarn. The one that she's using is Durare Natura Robinson. It is super cute. The sample photo is in navy, and you know me, I love a good navy yarn. But I think that, like, I don't have any all-over lace sweaters, but I do think that they would be relatively functional for the transitional seasons. And this one in particular, I love the sample photo with like the toque and the trousers and a white shirt underneath. It looks like polished but chic and also like fresh and trendy. I don't know, it just looks like a very nice sweater. You can also make it like more elegant and delicate like she has in her like lighter blue samples, but for me it's the navy one that is speaking to me, and I would probably copy her because you know me, I'm a big navy gal. So that's the second pattern I'd knit. The third project I'd want to knit is the Soigné jacket by Low Key Bold Knit. This is this like blazer looking, very professional workwear style jacket that's knit at a DK weight, Mr. Running's favorite weight, using the linen stitch on 5.5 millimeter needles. It just looks very polished and very tailored, and I think that it's something that I would get a lot of wear out of in my professional life. And when I look at it, it doesn't look knit, which to me is always A, I think it's going to take a lot of time, and B, I think it's something that like you could wear out in the world and be like, yeah, I knit this, and people would be like, oh my gosh. But I think it's very cute, very chic, and honestly, it would be a great piece to knit this fall if you don't have fall plans yet. The next project I would knit if I had all the time in the world is the Haraboji cardigan by AO Knit. And this cardigan is inspired because I'm planning to do a video of ranking all of the cardigans I've ever knit, and sneak peek, I have no textured cardigans that I've knit. And so I realized that was a hole that I have in my handmade wardrobe. And this Haraboji cardigan is this beautiful all over cable texture knit cardigan. It's oversized, it's flowy, it has structure, it has toggle buttons, it has like everything that you'd want in a fall and winter cardigan. The cream color is so classic, it's so nice. And I also haven't knit anything by AO Knits yet. And so I think that would be cool to like try out their patterns, see what I like about it. It's knit on a 4.5 millimeter needle using worsted weight yarn, and I love my worsted weight yarns. It's probably my go-to favorite. Sorry DK, sorry Mr. Running. But I really do love a worsted weight. I find it knits up quick, I find it's wearable, but I also find that it's warm and cozy. And I think a big textured cardigan is something that you may see in my upcoming winter plans that obviously are not going to come out for a while because it's only October 4th and I've barely into my fall plans. The fifth pattern is the Eden top by Rose Knitwear, also known as Alice Hoyle on Ravelry. I love everything that Rose Knitwear does. The pattern, the stitching, the colors, they're all so iconic, so statement worthy. And the Eden top is one that has routinely caught my eye. Now, she knits it out of Knitting for Olive Pure Silk and Knitting for Olive Merino. And it knits up to be like this summer top, but I think it would be a really cool layering piece for the fall. And the other cool thing about the Eden top is there is a matching Eden skirt to it. Hello, it's editing Paige here, and I'm realizing that the Eden skirt is actually not a thing, and that the set I'm thinking of is the Iris set by Rose Knitwear, also very iconic, and I will include a picture over here. So I love a matching set, and I feel like having the Eden top and the Eden skirt would be so cute. It's knit on 5 millimeter needles and 3 millimeter needles. I have a feeling this is one of the patterns where one needle you work is larger than the other and you actually have mismatched needles. I don't have the pattern, so I can't report back for sure, and I'm just giving it a quick little read, and I'm not seeing anything listed like that on the pattern page on Ravelry, but I think it would be really cute to play with different colors, to use some different fibers, and you could definitely make it like a very autumnal palette. I feel like she has a sample again that's in navy, which is really obviously my favorite color palette, but I think also it could be cute in like a bright pink and like a burgundy for something that's like fun and rosy that would have like a bit more wear in the summer, and you could bring it into the fall due to that like rich burgundy color. Alrighty, the sixth pattern that I would knit is the Wool Vessel by Nick Davies. This is this giant tub of a knitted vessel. You could hold a plant, you could hold yarn, you could hold blankets, you could hold whatever you want. And I think it's very like HomeSense-esque. And I personally do not shop at HomeSense very frequently. I try to be really intentional with my purchases, and I find HomeSense can like drag you in and make you buy stuff you don't necessarily need. But this vessel would be a great way to add that HomeSense-esque style in your home using your own hands. And it's knitted and then felted so that the fabric is nice and dense, that it can retain and hold its structure. It's knit on 5mm needles using something that would felt, so probably like a good old woolly wool. But I think it would be cool if you had a lot of scraps. I think this would be like a great way to get some scraps out and felt them all down, especially if you have it in like a beige or a gray for something like nice and neutral. But I also think it would make a really fun like multicolored scrap project as well to felt it down and have this like cute little basket in your living room that's always on display, and you can say that you made it. So cold weather is coming, and if you are living somewhere in Canada, you probably have cold mornings. And the other day, Miss Running and I were out for a dog walk with our dog Luna, and I was so chilled. I had my Sophie shawl wrapped around my head like a balaclava, but I do have a hood, and I really do love my hood. But the Grandmacore hood by Veronika Lindberg is super cute. I love the lace. Would it be the warmest thing ever? I wonder if you'll be able to hear me still with this garbage truck going by. You probably can because I have the mic. But would it be the warmest thing ever? No. Is that okay? Yes. It's super cute. It has this all over lace pattern. It has like a cute little tie, which I think is like really darling. My one complaint with the hood that I have is that you can't adjust like the size of the face. And so it's fairly baggy, which is great for certain circumstances. But sometimes in the winter, you want to just like suck it in and be like all nice and cozy, even if you look a little silly. And I think the Grandmacore would be fun to get some lace knitting in while also creating a super functional piece. So I have one pair of knitted shorts and I really love them. So I think this is the 8th pattern, and that is the Sunni pants or shorts by Siv Årsand. And these are all over stripy pants knit with Sandnesgarn Line on 4mm needles. I first am a huge fan of Line. I've knit multiple projects out of it. It's machine wearable, it's machine washable, it's very wearable, and I think knitting like an all over colored pair of pants would be a marathon knitting project, but I think it would also be super fun. And I feel like these like low rise slouchy pants are very in, and I hope they stay in because they are so comfy and they are so functional, and that if you went through all the effort of knitting the Sunni pants, I really hope you'd be able to cherish that pair of pants for like the rest of your knitting life. Number 9 is the Nightshift by Andrea Mowry, and I'm sure if you're in the knitting world, you know of this pattern, but I have seen the Nightshift in person, and it is such a beautiful work of art. I personally do not have a shawl yet. I just talked about my Sophie shawl, but like the Sophie shawl is really more of like a glorified scarf. I'm talking about like a giant triangle shawl I do not have. And I think it would be like, I keep saying this, but I think it would be the perfect thing to have as a teacher because I swear there isn't a school that exists where every room is the same temperature, or you'll be walking around the classroom and you like get toasty and like you'll take off your sweater and then you'll get cold, and like sometimes I'll be sitting at my desk just like shivering away as I mark, and I feel like a shawl would be the perfect thing for that. And the Nightshift by Andrea Mowry is knit with an Aran weight yarn on 5mm needles, and it's just all over color texture. I just feel like it'd be so fun to knit, and it would make this beautiful one of a kind piece that I think you would like oogle and ogle at for years to come. So the last pattern I would knit if I had all the time in the world this fall is the Harriet sweater by Lynette. I feel like Lynette does such a great job at her color work sweaters, from the rosy sweater to the porcelain sweater, the Harriet sweater. I feel like a lot of people haven't given the Harriet sweater like as much love as it deserved. It's a raglan, so you don't have to do any of that back and forth color work knitting that you have to do in like the porcelain sweater, even though it's definitely worth it. I think it's like very traditional, yet also like the oversizedness of the raglan is very nice. And I just think it would be a great addition to anyone's wardrobe. And it looks like that like traditional store bought sweater that you would find somewhere. I like that it's only 2 strands of color work. I debated about like, do I grab the like most crazy color work sweater I can find for this last pattern? And when I was scrolling through, the Harriet sweater is one that came into my feed, and it is just absolutely stunning. And I think it would be that classic timeless piece of all over color work that you could cherish for, again, as I keep saying, the rest of your years. And it could be this like heirloom piece that you pass down 2 generations. And I think it is just this like it's very like winter to me, and like very like I'd want to wear it like skiing in Norway. But the Harriet sweater is the last and final project I'd knit if I had all the time in the world. So that is all that I have for you for today's video. Huge shout out to Mr. Running for being my filming crew today. He just gave me the cutest little eyebrows. But I am working on my matcha sweater that you will hear more about in my upcoming podcast. And until then, happy knitting!